guys, this is Summoner Wars Master Set. This is the box by Flathead Games. About 60 minutes, 2 players, ages 9 and up. Let's see what comes in it. So in the box you get a rule book, small rule book, explaining the game. You get 2 of these boards. So you get one of these boards for each side. Some dice. Some life token markers or damage tokens, and you get 6 decks and a few vine walls that you can use for one type of race in here. So they've made it where you have all these extra slots and deepness, so you can add multiple decks. They sell other decks, so you can get multiple decks to add to it. Now let me show you how you play it. So this is how you set it up. You set one board facing this player, and you set the other board facing the other player. Then you choose the decks you want to play with. I've just got 2 decks out. So when you get a deck and you pick a deck, you notice they have their own unique background symbol. So I'll play with that deck and this deck. So each deck comes with these turn summary on one side and how to set it up on the other side. So you want to set it up, if this is your board, set up the cards like this, and it's got tells you exactly how to do it on here. Alright, so we set up this side, the Vargoth. We've gone by this card here, how to set it up. The other person's going to set theirs up, how their card shows. Then you just put this card over here on your side so you can see the turn order. Also, let's go over some of these cards. So this is the Summoner, and it'll tell you up under here the title, the name, and the card. So you have the Summoner, and you have commons, and then you have champions, which aren't placed when you set up the board. These are in your draw deck. So the point of the game is to kill the other person's Summoner, and as soon as you kill that Summoner, you win the game. So you have the Summoner, you have common units, and you have champions, and you also have walls. Walls are very important in the game because when you play a card in the game, when you bring it into the game, when you summon it, you have to put it beside a wall. So you have to put it above it, below it, or to the left and right. And you never do anything diagonal in this game. Everything's always horizontal and vertical, straight across or straight up and down. So I set up the other side some cards, and if you notice, my cards are facing me and the opponent's cards are facing him. So that's how you tell who controls what, because if somebody else gains a unit of yours somehow, you'll turn it around, showing you that that's their card. Okay, so you roll these dice to decide who's going to go first. Whoever wins the highest roll decides if they want to go first or second. There's 6 steps in the game, and if you go first, you do not do step 1, 2, and 3. You go straight to movement, attack, and build magic. So, say I go first. I don't draw, I don't summon, and I don't play an event card. So the first turn is your movement. So on your movement phase, you can choose 3 units to move, and they can move 2 spaces. You can't move walls. So say on my turn, on this one, I'm going to choose to move this guy 1. Static there. Move this one 1. And I'll move my Summoner over 1. So now if you've chosen your movement phase, then you choose your attack phase. So now you can choose up to 3 units to attack. So I'm going to attack this guy against this guy. And how this works is this big number is how many dice you roll. And this little number is how many hit points each card has. So you see there's 9 spots on each card, and the darkened in ones are how many life points they have. So this guy's got 2 and this guy's got 2. So I'm going to use this guy to attack this guy. Also, if you notice, each card has got a special ability on it. And my warrior ability, it says Battle Frenzy. When attacking a common unit with this warrior, if this warrior is on your opponent's side of the battlefield, add 1 to the warrior's attack value during this attack. So if I happen to be over here and I attack, I'll roll 2 instead of 1. But I'm not over there, so just going to roll this one 1. And how this works is a 1 and a 2 is a miss. 3, 4, 5, and 6 are hit. So I hit him. So you get a wound marker and you put it on him. That's that guy's turn. Now I'm going to attack him again with this guy. And this guy's a rusher. And this thing says, when moving with this rusher during your movement phase, if this rusher begins its movement on your side of the battlefield, you may move it up to 2 additional spaces. So if I started here, I could move, instead of 2 spaces normally, I could move 4. So we're going to attack that guy with 1. That wasn't much of a roll, was it? 5. So we hit him again. He's got 2 hit points, so he's dead. And now you get this card that you killed, unless it has an ability on it. We'll read his ability. It doesn't have an ability for what's fixing to happen. He goes into my magic pile. So you turn him over, and he goes into my magic pile. Now I'm going to attack this guy against him. Roll. It's a 1, so I miss, and that's it. So my turn's over. Now build magic. I don't have any cards in my hand, so I can't. So now the other person goes, and they get to draw. So on their turn, let's just say it gets back to me. I get to draw 5 cards. So your hand limit is 5 cards. You draw 5 cards, and you look at them, and now you want to summon. So this little number is how much it costs to summon these cards. You can't summon the summoner, so it doesn't have a number. So this one costs 2, these cost 1, and you'll get some big cards. Your champions usually cost, here's a champion, and he'll cost 5 to summon. And that number represents however many cards you have to take out of your magic pile and put in your discard pile to summon them. So I can't summon, let's say, I can't summon them. So now you play an event card. So you also have event cards that you can play. And they're pretty easy to understand. They tell you what to do. Like this one says, choose a wall that you control. At the end of your turn, you may place your summoner and up to 2 common units that you control adjacent to the chosen wall. So I can play that and do that. And also you can play as many as you want. So if you have 2 or 3 that you want to play on the same turn, you can play as many event cards as you want on one turn. But the key thing is, you have 5 cards in your hand, then you move, and then you attack, and then you build magic. So you can discard however many of these cards you want into your magic pile. So, and that's where the game gets interesting, because you kind of want to save up for certain ones, but then you don't want to discard this one because you're going to lose it. Also, when you've gone through your whole deck stack that goes right here on the draw, once you've gone through this, you can't draw anymore. You don't reshuffle, and you just play with what's out here. So say during my turn I want to discard 3 because I want to get some magic. So I'll discard 3 in here. And then when you kill off some of your opponent's turn, your opponent's cards, they go in here too. So when you summon, you just take away these cards no matter what's on the back. That just helps it easier to separate it into the game. So you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can say I'm going to summon something for 5 magic. Put these in your discard. You put them over here face up. Then you summon them. Alright, so say you're in this situation and I'm here and he's here and it's my turn. And I've moved, now it's my attack phase. You can't attack here. Just remember, vertical and horizontal is your attack, move, everything. So just ignore these corner spaces because you can't do anything. Also, this wall, these little dots at the bottom represent the hit points on the wall. So you can use a strategy where you try to surround one of his walls and take it out. And remember also when you summon, during your summon phase, you have to summon one of your cards adjacent to one of your walls. So if you don't even have a wall in play, you can't even bring anything into play. Also, your card that you play is your wall is an event card. So you can play this and you can't play it on your opponent's side. Remember, you can put it anywhere on your side. You can play a wall like it's an event. So if you have 2 of them, you can play 2 if you like. And that's Summoner Wars. It reminds me a lot of Magic the Gathering for some reason. I'm not sure why, because it's not anything like it really, but it has that feel to it. I'm not sure. It just does. It's a fun game, and there's expansions you can buy, so you can have all kind of armies out here. Also, you can buy another set, and you can put them side by side, kind of like Memoir 44, and have a 4-player game. Summoner Wars.